Yeah, you see him?
Condensation has made our lungs fog up quite a bit, so work with us here as we describe what's going on.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How are you? Welcome to Alone Together Pittsburgh, streaming at you live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We are here midway through week 40 of Alone Together Pittsburgh, episode 126, I believe. So thank you for keeping us on the interwebs for that long. If it's your first time watching, thank you for welcoming us into your home and mobile devices. We are here. We started the show right when the shelter-in-place order came down. If you can do the math on that, we wanted to keep a sense of community going for everybody in the Pittsburgh area and beyond. And here we are. We've got a fantastic show for you lined up tonight. We've got Sloane Davidson from Hello Neighbor. It's going to be here tonight, and it's Thursday. Wouldn't be Thursday without finding out what Kate ate. So stick around for that. That's going to be great. Chef Kate Romane goes to different takeout and delivery establishments in the Pittsburgh area to give us fantastic reviews on the ease and the goodness of what Kate ate. So stick around for all of that. Thank you for joining us. A couple of pieces of housekeeping before we go. Ticking below me, below the screen here, is our Venmo account. It is at TogetherPGH. So if you have the means to kick in a couple of bucks, the money goes directly towards the artists involved in the show on any given night. So if you could kick in, that would be wonderful. We would appreciate it. We know there's a lot of it's the season of giving, and you can find some donor fatigue. So we understand that, we respect it, but if you have the means to kick in a couple of bucks, we also have a PayPal as well. You can find that on our website at togetherpgh.com. Speaking of that, we started the show during because of this pandemic. We never thought we'd be doing it for 40 weeks. We thought like 8 to 16 weeks was where this thing was going. Went south, right? So every night we talk about the COVID numbers in Allegheny County. Tonight's not going to be any different. There's good news and bad news. I don't even know if it's good news, but we're down. We're underneath 1,000 today. It was 850 new cases, which is still really bad. But what's horrible is there were 55 deaths in the last 24 hours. So please continue to take this seriously. I know complacency sets in, and I know we are at the holidays right now, and where you want to be together in person with people, and that's what you've done your whole life, and you look forward to it the whole year. But we got to kind of stay vigilant with this and keep wearing your masks. If you're going out to shovel snow, wear a mask. I tell you why, because it actually helps. It's cold, the snow's whipping around. You know what I mean? You want to put your mask on. That's okay. If you're going out running, whatever, put your mask on. If you're going to the store, put your mask on. Just always, if you're not in your house, wear a mask.
Put on a fucking mask.
And that was Bruce Springsteen in a very, like, the decibel levels of The Boss was up there tonight. It was up there. So thank you for Bruce Springsteen for saying eloquently what I was thinking. But let's roll on here. So we've got some really cool stuff to talk about on the show here tonight. But there's a couple of pieces of other housekeeping that we have going. I'm going to do this in reverse order tonight, Dave. I think we should jump on the in-show poll.
You want to jump on it?
I want to jump on the Engine House 25 Winery Lil Jagoff in-show poll tonight. Brought to you by Engine House 25 Winery. And when we use the word Jagoff, it started in March. We had a bracket poll because March Madness ended, which is, we're going to get to that in a little bit. We're coming down to the finals on that. But the in-show poll is, we love all of the things that we have on these polls, all right? They're all Pittsburgh-centric kind of things. But tonight is quite timely. Dave, tell them about the in-show poll.
Oh, it's cold outside. Why is it so cold, neighbor? Oh, well, I'll tell you, when it gets really cold outside, the clowns get really hungry and thirsty, and they gotta wash down all those Christmas cookies with water. And then that water gets really cold, and it turns into snow. And when snow falls, it's hard to park. And tonight's Jagoff in-show poll is a doozy. We are doing a parking chair off. That's right, a parking chair off. Everything but the parking chair. That's right, these are parking chair alternatives, right? Like a parking cone or like a vacuum cleaner or other. And what's other? Other is your chance to come up with your favorite alternative to the parking chair. Pittsburghers are creative. That's what they do. They change stuff up. They improvise. So parking chair, no, this is a parking chair off, meaning the parking chair is off. We need the alternative. Pick your favorite or come up with your own. That's your Jagoff Pittsburgh. Keep one.
So get to voting. It is the parking sawhorse, parking, I believe it's a parking cone, parking vacuum, or other. So hit the comment section with your other, or vote other, then hit the comment section and let us know what you think. Because honestly, the parking chairs were out today, man. I was out shoveling the places in the neighborhood and stuff, and people were not messing around. There was like entire lawn furniture sets were out. My whole street was covered, it was wild out there. That is actually that is a snowman that we built in the backyard. That is Pizza Pie Olaf, named by my daughter Pepper. That is the snowman by the name of Pizza Pie Olaf. So
Try to blame Pepper on that one. That's what Patrick Jordan called shoveling the walk. That's what happens when shoveling the walk. Sorry, honey, I'm gonna go outside and shovel the walk. Next thing you know,
I should have sent you the pictures
Olaf
I should have sent you the pictures with Pepper making this. This was after I had shoveled. Right, I wasn't ready for the Pizza Pie Olaf. We were gonna do an unveiling of him, but you sprung him on me. There he is, right now in all his glory. You see, Pizza Pie Olaf has donuts for eyes, a carrot for a nose, a killer mustache, nice tassel cap, little hairdo, right, with some frolicking greens. He's got his armbands, and he's got some washers for buttons there. It is a very creative snowman, as per built by a 2-year-old, man. Pizza Pie Olaf was the best snowman name. Screw Frosty. Pizza Pie Olaf is the future. Pizza Pie Olaf is for the children. So I stress that there. But the other thing is, so I'm out shoveling. I see all these. I see all the parking chairs in full force. And if there's enough snow right there. If you dig out your parking spot, I mean, you kind of have a right to come home. It's right in front of your house. You dig that out, and one of the neighbors kind of like grabs that. That's no good. And that's where the chairs happen, because people have lived it. So I have these 2 giant yew bushes. Right, I posted a picture on Instagram last night. I should have sent you one. I have these giant yew bushes, and when they go over my driveway, and the snow weighs them down, it was totally blocked. So I had to go out with like a 22-foot tree trimmer like branch, right? And I'm out there, I'm trying to shake the snow off to get these things to go back to their normal, natural configuration, so I can get my car in and out of the driveway. And in order to do that, I have to get under the trees, put the hood up, and shake the stick, and about 50 pounds of snow falls directly on my head, and I get buried in it, and then I have to shovel all over again. My neighbors were not pleased because they had just shoveled. Then I shake these giant tree bushes off. Boom, that falls in there. The votes are coming in right now, folks, already. The parking vacuum has come out to an early lead, and everybody else is going. We got 17 three-ways with the parking cone, sawhorse, and other. If you voted other, what is your other? Put it in the comments section and get it rolling on the Engine House 25 Winery. Little jag-off poll. Let me tell you something a little bit more about Engine House 25 Winery. Christmas is around the corner. Holidays are upon us. It's still Hanukkah. Things are rolling here. Kwanzaa's coming. Engine House 25 Winery, the perfect Christmas present. Go to eh25.com. Check out the wide variety of wines they have there. These reds I will put up against wine from anywhere, right? Anywhere, whether it's you bring a sommelier to Engine House 25, I guarantee you. So they've got holidays to the 10th power. They've got holiday labels. These wines are low on sulfites, right? So that means low on hangovers, right? No hangovers, low sulfites, and these wines are meant to be drank. You're supposed to get at it. They have Sauvignon Blanc, they have Rosé, they have Chardonnay, and the whites, and they have Carmenere. They have a ton of different reds and blends. The grapes come from everywhere, from Napa to Chile, everywhere in between. Come in refrigerated box trucks, hand selected, at 3339 Penn Avenue, right there in Doughboy Square. Go to eh25.com. Tell them that we sent you. You'll receive $5 off per bottle if you tell them that you found out about them from Alone Together Pittsburgh. And they do free delivery in the Pittsburgh area, and they're still doing curbside at your convenience. So you can call, pay online, contactless, boom. They show up, you let them know you're outside, in your trunk, on their way. So that's the little poll that you guys can vote on. Only you, not people listening to the podcast, only audio version, not people watching the show later. But there is one thing that everybody gets to do, and we extended the voting, and it comes till tomorrow. Okay, Alan Mansueto put a landmine for a parking spot. That is very clever. I enjoy that. But Dave, tell them how things are going with the big showdown with one of our biggest vote totals of the whole shooting match.
Final four. Beetlejuice versus Kurt Angle, Mr. Pizza, the best pizza man in town. The man knows how to toss his dough. Get in the ring with a pizza that if you don't eat it, that pizza's gonna eat you. How we doing? People have been voting like crazy. Thousands and thousands of people have been showing up to vote for this. I'm going to bring up the results right now. Let's see where we are.
Do it, Dave. This is Michael Keaton. Go ahead.
Yeah, we should probably mention that Michael Keaton is involved.
Yeah.
I've been really Kurt Angle here, but here we go with 5,682 stinking votes.
Wow.
55-42 in 8 days. Kurt Angle's still on top at 57 points. We don't have much time left. Michael Keaton is trailing 43%. Kurt Angle is holding the top, guys. This is it, the final stretch. If you care about Kurt Angle, if you care about Michael Keaton, if you care about Christmas, if you care about the holidays, if you care about your friends, if you care about Patrick Jordan, get this vote in. This is the only vote that's going to matter after the vote we just all did, which mattered a lot.
The winner of this one goes on to face the cookie table. Okay? To let you know that this whole bracket poll was not people. Right? There was only a handful, a smattering of people. It was like people's beards and words and stuff. The parking chair made it to the quarterfinals. You know what I mean? But it fell. But it's back in a sense tonight. So you can go together. togetherpgh.com/vote. All right. Well, all that done. I think it's time. We should roll this into our first guest. I mean, what are you guys feeling, Pete? Unless you got anything to add, Dave, anything?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, that's good. So I think it's time. So we're going to do something a little different. We're going to run a video to introduce our first guest. Okay, it is Sloane Davidson. You'll see her in a moment. She's the CEO of Hello Neighbor, which is a local not-for-profit that's committed to supporting our newest neighbors in the Pittsburgh area, which are recently resettled refugee families. The families that they support all have kids under the age of 18 in their home, while there's mentors range from young professionals to families to seniors. They proudly engage entire families, and they make Hello Neighbor a family-focused volunteer opportunity. It's a great organization. Dave, run the tape on it, and then we'll bring out Sloane.
During this critical and unprecedented time and check in on all of you.
So what's next? Yeah, so what's next?
And we're going to practice a couple of skills today.
Hello Neighbor stands with Pittsburgh's Black community and is committed to being an anti-racist and inclusive organization.
All right. Hey, Sloane, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. Hello.
Seems like we have more than just you.
Is it time? You can say hi very fast. You can say hi very fast. Say hello. Hi.
How you doing?
All right. You can say hello very fast, and then Mommy's going to go back to doing this thing. Okay?
Hi.
What's going on?
When's the song going to come? This is it now. It's happening now. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, bye. Well, the stories of Dad, okay? Perfect. You're so good. You're so great.
Awesome.
Yes, and the dog is hopefully sleeping, so that will be our distraction.
We see the dog's ears.
So hey, thank you so much. Okay, I'm the best mom in the whole wide that video, I get a little teary. It's like the whole time, every time I see it feels like the first time.
I can understand that. It's really well done, but I mean the your guys' mission and everything you guys have been doing, especially since March when this whole COVID situation dropped. You guys have done a lot of work, so I could see you getting teary watching that video. I do too.
Yeah, I founded this organization just over 3 years ago, and it really started because I'm a native Pittsburgher and I lived away a long time, and I moved back. I was pregnant with my first son, who you just met. And I moved back to have all my family support here. And I had worked most of my career in nonprofits. I've done work in about 8 international countries, a lot of places refugees come from. And I just felt like, wow, it's so hard to imagine what it would be like to be forced to flee your home, to leave your entire support system behind and have to start new. And, the refugees that are in Pittsburgh, in Pennsylvania, across our country are incredibly resilient. And what I really saw was that they were looking for a friend. They were looking for a local support system, someone to help them explain to their kids why they were told to wear green on St. Patrick's Day, or, what a 2-hour delay means for school, or how to navigate reading a lease if they wanted to move and like what that looks like. So many cultural norms beyond language are so unique to our country. And that was really the foundation of building Hello Neighbor. And I think it's from that foundation that we were able to really catapult forward this year in the face of COVID, because we had that base. We've spent a couple of years, spending countless hours in the community, sitting on the floor, drinking Turkish coffee, playing with the kids, understanding the needs of the families. So when this pandemic happened, we were able to really respond.
Absolutely. I mean, you did. And you guys, I mean, the mentoring is the core of what you guys do, but you guys did so much more over the last, during the pandemic, just from that video alone.
Absolutely, yes. So I sort of always say that, the mentoring was Hello Neighbor, and Hello Neighbor was mentoring for the first 2.5 years. And then between us having just natural growth, and, we have 5 core values at Hello Neighbor. Number 1 is a refugee first mindset. And so the reason I mention that is every other program we've launched has been informed by what the families tell us is important to them. So our second program is Smart Start for refugee mothers and children, and we're helping new and expecting moms navigate the healthcare system. You're a dad, it's a crazy world, and even for us. And so just to help them sort of figure out that whole process, our newest program, because of COVID, is called Study Buddy. And that's we're working on WhatsApp, on Zoom, on Google Meet to help the kids navigate remote learning. It is a very challenging situation to have a family that's never had a computer before. Maybe the parents don't even know how to use a computer, turn it on, read, write English, and to get handed one at school and say, okay, here you go, log on. So a lot of the programs that we've started because of COVID, because of the pandemic, are really, not our ideas. They're the ideas of the refugee families telling us where they could use just a little bit of guidance, a little bit of help and support.
And you're filling that void. I mean, that's great. I can't even imagine. I mean, my daughter's not in school yet, but I mean, my sister's kids just having to navigate the online learning. It's wild, and it becomes a full-time job just helping the kids with that. And they're all computer savvy, so I can't even imagine what it would be like to come from a place with you don't have a computer, and then you're basically, learning to wear green on St. Patrick's Day and why, and then also your entire class has to be in the Zoom room.
Yeah, and there's so much to, what I believe to be the power of Hello Neighbor, which is creating a community of belonging. This is a big question, but what does it take to have Pittsburgh, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, United States of America be welcoming, but beyond welcoming, be a place where people feel they belong? Many of our refugees, after they're here a few short months, you'll appreciate this, they get the black and gold thing. They're like, they're like, we're Pittsburghers, we're Steelers fans. They don't even really know what football is. They know that's a thing. So there's sense of belonging, right? And then I think there's great power in what happens when you have confidence and you're comfortable where you live. What can happen? What doors can open, what paths move you forward. We have really, really big, ambitious goals at Hello Neighbor, but it all really starts with, a hello and helping somebody navigate whatever it is that they're going through here. And our families are certainly going through a lot.
Now, how many families are you guys helping out right now? I mean, how many families are in your system?
Yeah, we've matched directly 125 refugee families from 13 countries of origin over the last 3 years alone. Those families, and you mentioned this, but 100% have kids under the age of 18 in the home. This picture you're looking at, we did the last 3 summers, not this year, the 3 before with River Life, and which I know that you guys are a big fan of.
We love River
and
Life,
we went on the Gateway Clipper, and we took,
nice.
Prior to COVID, I always made this joke. I couldn't turn around without 175 people being behind me. And so I love showing Pittsburgh, and many of our mentors are doing it because they're excited to volunteer. They, like you said, they're doing it with their own kids. They want to foster that sense of a global experience and empathy and giving back here at home. But I'll tell you, some of my mentors are just straight up, I love Pittsburgh and I love to show it off to people, and that's what I'm going to do. This is the aviary. So, you name it, prior to this year, I've taken 150 to 200 people there. And that's a really big part of it. I think, you build a relationship over time. It's not just it's quality and quality. That's what makes a real connection. So when I say we've matched 125 families, that's a deep connection. That's high touch, and we are there for them, for the highs, the babies being born, the birthdays, and for the lows, fired, eviction notices, navigating the pandemic, whatever that looks like, we're there.
And how do you choose? I mean, how does someone become a mentor? How do you choose who becomes a mentor?
Yeah, so there's so many ways to get involved with Hello Neighbor, even despite the pandemic. I will say that the mentorship piece is probably not starting again until later in 2021, because that's so high touch. I come to your home, you come to my home. We're spending a lot of time together. That particular program has been harder to do during COVID. But we have volunteers to help those moms navigate, giving birth and helping with little babies. The study buddy tutors we're always accepting. We have monthly distributions. We've either been doing at our offices in Larimer or all around the city. And we're always looking for volunteers to help with that, safely masked, of course. Right. But just this past month, we actually had received somewhat unexpectedly some CARES Act money for food. And when we sat down as a team at Hello Neighbor and said where we want to spend that money, we decided to spend it 100% in immigrant-owned grocery stores. And so we did days last week and into this week, all spending 100% of that money. And we had volunteers come in. We gave all of our families a $75 stipend. And how empowering. They came in. It wasn't just a food box of here's things we think you're going to like. They got to pick the things that they really like and that they're going to use. For any of our families that are COVID positive, we will, deliver those food boxes and make sure they get hot meals so they can stay at home and stay safe. Right. But, pretty much if someone has an idea, that's the fun part about being a founder and being a young organization. I always say, if you have an idea and you come to me, I will love it. Yes. I will figure out a way to make it happen.
Awesome. Now, I saw there was a tab for donate on there as well. You guys are a not-for-profit, and going through the end of the year, you have a matching gift going on right now. Is that correct?
That is correct. There's a lovely family foundation here in Pittsburgh that generously has matched dollar for dollar, through the end of the year. And as a startup nonprofit, I can't say it sincerely enough. Every dollar matters. I sort of jokingly say I know where every pen cap is. There is nothing that happens at Hello Neighbor. We are so careful and prudent because we're new, because we're grassroots, community based, and so we do have foundation money. We do have some corporate, but the bulk of our growth over the last 3 years is from individuals. So it really does matter, and every donation really does count.
And the foundations want to see that as well. You know what I mean? That you're getting money from places that aren't foundations. So it's really important. So there's a matching gift going on right now. So if you're going to give to Hello Neighbor up until December 31st, whatever you give is going to be matched. So you can go to the website right there. It's on the page there, helloneighbor.io. And Dave's showing you the website right now. You can knock your way through it.
Yeah. And I guess I would just mention, One of our other core values is dignified storytelling. And so for anyone watching, there's a lot of ways to get involved. Donate's great. Volunteering is great. But follow us on social media. We're Hello Neighbor HQ on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, all of it. But our newsletter is fantastic. I'm not just saying it. We really emphasize storytelling as a way to share our message. And we love telling the family stories. And I think that exposure to some of our Pittsburgh neighbors, to our new neighbors, and to truly aspiring Americans is a great way to move this conversation forward.
I think that's the perfect way. It's such important work that what you guys are doing. I mean, I love it. I'm so glad you were able to come on the show here to talk with our viewers about it. But before I let you go, Sloane, where do you fall in the parking chair debate that we've got going on here right now? It's an alternative to a parking chair. First off, have you ever used a parking chair?
Okay, I have not used a parking chair.
Okay, you've never put something in the spot to save the spot that you dug out.
I have not.
Okay, that's all right. That's okay.
Yeah, but I also have to say I'm also not a super car person. We own one car. I'm not a super car person, so that could be a little bit
But your whole life, you were aware of the parking chair, right?
Oh my goodness, yes, aware of the parking chair, absolutely, 100. And I have to also say, even though this is not your question, but Hello Neighbor last year, we can't do this program this year because of COVID, but last year we launched something called the New Neighbor Cookie Table.
The
New Neighbor Cookie Table is where we were selling sweets, mostly made from our Middle Eastern moms. We were expanding other cultures. And I loved the name of that program because I sort of felt like if you know, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, my daughter just came by. I just gave her a wave. So off camera there. But yeah, that's amazing. I love that. See, that's the kind of stuff. This is great. This is a Pittsburgh organization doing Pittsburgh stuff. But I'm not letting you off the hook here. If not a parking chair, what would you prefer people use to save that parking spot? Your options are a vacuum, a sawhorse. What is it? A milk crate? Dave, what are the options here? A vacuum, a sawhorse, a cone, or other.
See, I don't mind the parking chair, but here's where I would fall. I think that the parking chair should be set up in a way that's also welcoming for people to sit on it if they were passing by. So if I see a chair that's like gross and it's like folded up, no. But I think have you guys ever heard of Parking Day where people take over parking spaces and turn them into like mini green spots? Like that's what I'd want. I'd want it to be like a winter wonderland, like clear the spot, but make a snowman, make a little hot chocolate stand, and be like, take one, and then there's your chair.
Okay, but like if you get too elaborate, people are going to have to move that to get their spot back again after they dig it out. Now there's a picture. Dave, run the GIF one more time. I think there's a living room set that someone used right there. Yeah, so is that welcoming, or does that look because you are leaving a chair outside? It's not like you're going to have like a leather Barca lounger.
It's like have a seat and take a load off, but don't take my parking place, Jagoff.
That's
I think you could have the best of both worlds. I'm a little extra this way, but if I had to put out a chair, I would make it like a movable living room, 100%. And I would do a hot chocolate stand, and I would say, don't take my chair, but like you're welcome to take a load off and take a break. Maybe some like magazines, maybe, I don't know.
Well, we've got a message here from Maureen Wildman. Sloane is an inspiration. Doesn't surprise me. Sloane doesn't save her spot. She saves people instead. So I guess we got to have Maureen have the last word on this then.
Wait, Maureen, that reminds me. I have to tell you a super, super fast story. A lot of Syrian families live in Carnegie. It's one of the neighborhoods a lot of people move to. We know Carnegie is a Pittsburgh neighborhood, right? So
where was the family from? I'm sorry.
They're from Syria.
Okay, great.
So they're living in a little house in Carnegie. I'm going to visit them a bunch of times. One time I park my car and there's like an old Pittsburgh woman on the second floor of like an apartment, and she's leaning over, smoking a cigarette, holding on to like an oxygen tank. And she's like, hey. And she's like, tell me about that family. And I'm like, they're a really lovely family. I'm screaming though, but I'm, they're a lovely family from Syria and they have 3 kids and you might see them around. And she goes, I was questioning when they were here, but it snowed and I saw they put out a chair. So now I think that they're okay.
Boom. There it is.
I was like, and then I was so impressed. So I walk into the house with this family and I go, how did you think to put out a chair? And they were like, well, we saw other people. I swear this is a true story. So I feel like, talk about a sense of belonging. Who even knows how this all came to be? But yeah, this woman was like, I was questioning them, but now I think they're okay.
Respect. I'm giving respect. That respect. You got to respect the parking chair.
Yeah.
Sloane Davidson, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. That was awesome. Hello Neighbor. Everybody go to this website. Give to Hello Neighbor. You'll feel better that you did. The work they do is fantastic. And take that from a Syrian boy like me. So Sloane, thank you so much. And if you guys ever have anything coming up in the future, you want to come back on, please do. As long as we're here, you're welcome.
Love to. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Sloane.
Yeah.
Take it easy. All right. Okay. So, I wasn't expecting a fantastic parking chair story, but there you have it there. Fantastic. Something else real quick, those pictures of the aviary and how they take a lot of people through the aviary. One of our sponsors happens to be the bird-friendly coffee roaster that is served at the aviary. The only bird-friendly coffee roaster in the Pittsburgh area is Red Start Roasters. And if you go to redstartroasters.com right now, use the coupon code TOGETHERPGH, you'll receive 10% off your entire order. And they are still doing free delivery during the pandemic. And they have an East End brick and mortar that you can go in and get your coffee and get it to go if you want to do that. So redstartroasters.com, coupon code TOGETHERPGH. So that's fantastic. So moving on here, we got a great show here still coming at you, but we already did the check-in on the parking chair. I think it's time for everybody's favorite segment, What Kate Ate. Hey,
that music's so good.
What's going on, Kate?
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm good. Just kicking it here.
Yeah.
So it's been a week, right? With lots of ups and downs, strikes and gutters, and a snowstorm.
I know it's cold out there, isn't it?
It's cold. It's cold out there. It's snowy. It's
so snowy. Oh my God, the snow has been like no joke.
They're saying that there's 6 inches of snow fell, and if that's the case, I might be ready for another career. I might be ready for another career. Because if that's 6 inches, then anyway.
No, I agree. I'm like, if that's 6 inches,
yeah, right. This
I like what we're talking about.
We're going down a dark and lonely road here, but that's the case. There's a lot of snow out there. It's a lot of snow. It's supposed to snow again tonight, I think.
No, don't tell me that. Really?
It was supposed to. Let me check the old the thing here. What's that thing called? The
old thing.
The old weather app. Yep, 9 o'clock. It's supposed to start snowing. It's probably snowing. It's supposed to start snowing at 9 o'clock. It said 100% chance. 100% chance. So anyway, hey, don't worry about it. So talk to me.
We do some delivering. We planned ahead on what the hell day is it? Whatever day we were doing deliveries, Wednesday. We do belly basket, and everyone was like, we're going to get in early, we're going to get out, we're going to get these deliveries done. And literally that snow, we all, like, vans got stuck, people were stuck.
But you got it out already.
We did get everything out, but it took
So
yeah, everybody ended up having to take some deliveries to different parts of the town, but
it's a team effort, right? There's no I in team, but I will tell you this. It's supposed to stop snowing by 5 a.m.
Perfect.
So by the time it comes around, and it's not supposed to be that heavy stuff. And have you seen Pizza Pie Olaf?
Oh my gosh.
Made by Pepper Jordan.
Pizza Pie Olaf. I mean, look at that outfit. I feel like
Pizza Pie Olaf knows what's going on.
Seriously.
I can't believe the kid named it that and built that thing. I have pictures. I should send the pictures of her building that thing, hugging that thing. The cutest kid day of all time.
Oh my God. The pictures of you guys in the snow.
We were just walking around and it just happened, man. That's some of the best selfies in history. The kid's just a blast. So anyway, the snow, this is like last year. It only snowed for it was like 2 days worth of snow all of last year.
Yeah.
And we got it in and she didn't really get used to it and then it melted. It was like 60 degrees after the first day of it. We ran out there and got as much in. Now she's making snow angels. She's diving in. She's loving it.
I mean, I feel like everybody's, I mean, yeah, it was inconvenient and a pain in the ass, but honestly, it was so much fun. As soon as I was done with work, like, I just wanted to play in the
Well,
snow.
it's nice, and I think some of the schools did some nice stuff where they're letting kids have snow days, like not home learning, like it's been a really shitty year, and the effects are just laying on everybody. But something good is you getting some takeout.
Yes, I did. I
So,
got some really good takeouts.
How many spots did you go to this week?
3-ish.
3. Okay, that's 3 in 7 days. All right, you were bringing it. You're bringing it.
Yeah.
So talk to me. Where'd you go? What'd you have?
Saturday, right under the wire, I went to Duncan Street, which is in Millville.
No, I know. I almost freaked out because you paused before you said street, and I thought you were going to say donuts. Like I went to Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts, maybe you've heard of it.
I'm buying local. Okay, so go on. So Duncan Street, talk to me.
Dan and Kendall have had Dunkin' Street for, I don't even know, I think a few years now. But it's in Millvale. It's a tiny little spot. They do like sandwiches and like really great salads and sodas. And it was so fucking delicious. What?
Is Snacks okay?
I'm sorry, you guys. He is.
No, it's fine. It was fun. The last one was a deep one. It was like oh.
Yeah, he's out.
Okay. He just
wait,
moved.
Oh, Snacks. Yeah, he's snoring. Sorry, I can't.
That's okay. No, it's okay. Okay, so Duncan Street. All right.
So anyway, Duncan Street. Stop by there, right under the wire. They close at 3. Super safe. Everybody's got a mask. Call ahead. Order what you want. Pay when you get there. Delicious. I mean, I can't tell you. It was like a flavor fucking explosion. Look at that sandwich. Look at that
How are you holding that?
I know.
Is that I can't even see how you
about 6 inches, dude.
talk about 6 inches, dude. There you have it.
That was only half
Golly.
the sandwich. That's half the sandwich.
Wow, and you're holding it on a it's like an aerial shot. That's not like one of these. That's one of these. Okay.
Yeah.
So what am I looking at here?
It was a we got 2 different turkey sandwiches. One was kind of like a barbecue situation. I don't remember now, and this was just like your traditional kind of like turkey club-ish sandwich.
Mm.
They make their own bread. It's super good. Like the bread was dynamite. And the other turkey sandwich was a little bit spicy. Ooh, it was like, it was so good. We ate them both. They also threw in like a chickpea salad. Their vegetable salad had all these shaved vegetables, and it was dynamite. There was a lentil salad, a little potato business, roasted potatoes with like some yogurt on it, and then they make these Rice Krispies treats. It's huge. You can see it in the middle of the table, but it was infused with rosemary. It was crazy.
That's awesome. This is
Yeah, it
a
was
great
really good.
spot. Now this is takeout, right?
Takeout only.
Okay.
Takeout only. So they were already set up to do this.
There's drinks. There's drinks there. What are those? What are those cocktails? Are those drinks or are those dressings?
No, those are drinks. Those are sodas. They make their own sodas. One was grapefruit and thyme, and the other one was like a burnt orange.
Mm.
It was, oh my God. Literally so much flavor. I was freaking out. Freaking out. I mean, they're both like really great chefs, and you wouldn't expect anything less, but it was so good. So.
All right. Duncan Street.
Duncan Street.
Check. All right.
Yeah.
They get a check plus 4 stars for Duncan Street. Where else did
Yeah,
you go?
I would. Then we stopped by Tina's. So,
Ooh.
Tina's is like, is such a good bar, right? And Sarah has done just a great job of kind of pivoting. She's like supporting the community in a lot of different ways. But one of the things that she's doing is there's a wine shop in the back now. They're selling like a lot of natural wines, different stuff I don't see anywhere else. And everything I have gotten there or have had from there has been so fucking delicious. I'm drinking some right now. Boom. Boom.
Wow. Whoa.
They have one shelf that's just $25 or less, and then they have some more expensive stuff. Super approachable, super delicious, and then on top of that, you can get a to-go food from Bitter Ends. So Becca is making some food that you can just pick up, like pre-made stuff.
That's
which
killer.
is so good. Her breads are there. So it's like a one-stop shop. I'm really interested. Oh, what?
Look at you. Look at you in your element, in the wild.
Yeah.
Hiding behind that wreath.
Yeah, so it was really cool. And they're super knowledgeable about all the wines that they're selling. So if you are intimidated by something like that, don't be going in there. We'll point you in the right direction again. So
Tina's.
Boom.
Boom. Tina's awesome. I mean, just the wine with the $25 or less section, and then the more expensive stuff separated. You can get wine and the food to go. Forget about it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Before we move on to your number 3, Halstead Morrow said that she went to school with Sloane. She's amazing. Her best friend, who's originally from Botswana, has been dying to meet her and volunteer with Hello Neighbor. Hope they get a chance. It's a twofer. It's the worlds are colliding here on Alone Together.
Seriously. Yeah. The work that Sloane is doing is fantastic. We have totally familiar with all the work at Hello Neighbor.
Great.
And
cool.
Yeah.
All right. So give me number 3.
So this was a gift from Emma. She picked up Haskell's Delicatessen. It is a new food truck. And pastrami sandwiches were happening. Snacks is like...
Snacks waited till you paused for dramatic effect. It was like, there is a food truck.
Come on, dude. So, matzo ball soup, pastrami sandwich, knish.
God,
yeah,
I read about this. I'm very excited. I'm so glad you went here. Talk more.
Yeah, the
pastrami sandwich. Tell me about the pastrami sandwich.
Sorry,
I'm looking
I got
at
distracted.
it. It's okay.
Dr. Brown soda, matzo ball soup, slaw. I mean, it all is so good. The babka was my fave. This over here, this little it's like a chocolate sweet bread. It's over there.
Okay, I see it there. The chocolate sweetbread. It would be to my right.
Yeah. Not on the side of the mustard, closer to the Dr. Brown sodas, which are key. So yeah, I didn't personally go there. Emma went, picked it up. She had a really safe experience doing it. They were parked in front of, I think, Commonplace in Squirrel Hill.
Are they always going to be there? Or are they moving? Obviously, it's a food truck. Do they have like specific setups of where they're going to go?
Yeah, if you go to their website, you can find out where they're going to be throughout the week. You can look online to also find out what's on their menu. They do some specials. They also have a seitan pastrami seitan that I'm curious to try the next time we go there. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Brand new. Spanking new.
You went to 3 great places that you probably shouldn't eat every day.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of bread intake this week has been fucking too much, babe.
Okay, I hear you, right? I hear what you're saying, but I haven't. I mean, I'm eating sandwiches. I never cut out bread, but I don't eat a lot of bread. But this week has been the week of toast for some reason, where I'm just toasting for everything. And I'm like, I can't get it. I'm like literally binging on bread and carbs right now. This is like a testimonial here. And but the thing is, I don't have this amazing pastrami to be between that bread. I don't have that crazy turkey sandwich. Amazing, amazing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was the week of sandwiches. It was a lot. I mean, I'm feeling it. I need to do some sprints or something about this, but it was worth it. It was so good.
Did you shovel any snow this week?
I did. I shoveled this morning. I'm a person that waits until it's done snowing. I hate it when people are like, "Oh my god, it's snowing," and then they start. I'm like, what the?
I ended up doing the halfway point because I got a lot of sidewalk. I live at the end of a cul-de-sac, you see, so I got to shovel that whole like half a block to go on my narrow little strip of land. Look what I had to do today. This is basically it. I should have just taken pictures and sent them to show you guys this stuff. So I tend to go out at least once a day, even if it's snowing, because I get a lot of traffic, a lot of people walking, and I don't want two things. One, I don't want anyone to slip and fall, but also once people walk on the snow, they pack it down and it gets harder to shovel up, and then you're gonna end up having to salt the whole thing, and that's its own.
It's a mess.
Pizza Pie Olaf would agree with me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a lot of sidewalk, and I have some really great neighbors that also shovel, so we kind of take turns. But I do feel like if you shovel mid-snow, you're creating an ice situation. I mean,
that's true. That's true as well. I'm talking once a day. I'm not mid-snow. What I did yesterday before it started snowing, I literally woke up and raked leaves. Because the leaves fell late on the tree. They fell like the night before. I had done leaves like 5 or 6 times since Halloween. I've been raking leaves, right?
Really?
But there was a big dump of leaves like 3 days ago. So I was like, oh man, it's gonna snow and I'm never gonna get these leaves. So, and it's kind of nasty when it melts, and this is the leaves when the snow melts and there's the leaves. So I have 3 giant bags full of leaves that are covered in 6 to 12 inches of snow right now. Yeah.
You're literally like the equinox is happening at your house.
Pretty much. You should see this picture. I'll say, keep talking. I'm going to send the picture to Dave of the tree branches going down. Go ahead.
I gave up on breaking leaves this year. I just didn't do it. Like
pandemic thing, man.
I'm going to let nature do its nature thing.
That's understandable.
That might be disgusting in spring, but right now it's fine. I'm lazy.
That's fine. I mean, it's not like it's bad. It's not like it's it's an organic thing.
It is. I mean? Yeah. It just seemed like the leaves were really intense. Like when they came down a lot at once. So
yeah, they just dropped. So I just texted Dave like my downed bushes, but yeah. So there's a lot of snow. Go ahead.
What's the yew bush?
Oh yeah, Dave. Have you ever come down the like the actual street that I live on?
I've never.
Because I always
come in your front door. I've never done that.
Well, nobody really has, because my street, the physical street that I live on, is a private drive, and it has not been touched. There's no neighborhood pitch in to get a snowplow. It's never been plowed or salted in however many, in 70 years, or since the street's been in existence. So there are literally sinkholes on the street. I fill them with asphalt. I bought my own damper. I buy all the asphalt. I literally fill.
Who are you?
I'm a homeowner, Kate. I'm a homeowner. I'm a respectable neighborhood homeowner. So literally this last year when I was patching the holes, I had like one neighbor come out and try to give me money. Like, oh, thank you so much. And I'm like, no, ma'am, it's cool. So these are those yew bushes, and they're down. They're these big, giant green bushes that one bush right there, if you see it, that's my car. That's where my car comes in and out. Right?
Oh, damn.
So there was no way to get in or out of the house. So I had to go out. This morning, I put the hood up and I had to get underneath there and just start shaking those trees till all the snow fell on my head and the trees bounced back. And then I have the big giant poker stick to try to get that thing going. And I was in a blizzard underneath that stuff just so I could get a spot for my car to go out. My neighbors are still pissed at me for dumping all this extra snow on their stuff, but it hasn't happened in a few years. That big snow we had like 8 or 9 years ago, that was a nutty time. But this is it. So this brings me to another question for you, Kate. Where do you fall in this parking chair, alternative parking chair?
I mean, the vacuum really struck me. I've never seen that, so I voted for vacuum. I mean,
okay.
Like genius.
Genius.
I mean,
right.
I don't know.
What's the most creative thing you ever that you've ever seen used as a parking chair? Like used as a spot saver. Now, people use the parking chair like on the south side year round. I'm not as into that. I get it, right? I respect it. But like when the snow is like this and you literally have to dig out a spot outside of your house, you kind of have to have some kind of unwritten rule. It's like some ownership of it.
Yeah, you do get mad. I mean, I have to say I have done that a couple of times. I've put out the parking chair thing. I think it was like a milk crate, which I think
milk crate's dope. That's a great idea. It's perfect. You don't care if someone runs over it, right?
Yeah.
But it's orange or red, and people can see it, and it's there, and it sticks up enough to respect it.
What pisses me off when people like try and pull in to park against, like they don't respect like that this is a parking spot. They're just like, well, I'm gonna park in front of your chair, or your whatever it is. Anyway,
there should be a law. They need to get this on the books. Okay.
I agree.
We just finished the whole damn political season, and no one brought this up. This was not an issue. All right, and we missed an opportunity because it was fertile ground. They would have said either side would have said yes to anything we wanted. We missed our shot. All right, so aside from that, all right, we can talk more about this and we'll check in on how the vote's going. But what's going on at Black Radish coming up? We got Christmas right around the corner and a lot of other holidays. So what is going on at the Black Radish Kitchen?
So we're cooking a bunch of food. We are gonna do.
We're cooking food. Cue snacks.
We are doing a few things for Christmas. So we're going to do something a little bit different for Christmas Eve. We are making pano, which if you've seen Big Night, it's kind of like, it's the big night. You're waiting on the guy to come. I thought it was kind of fitting.
I love it. It's genius. And I've been wanting to try that forever.
Yeah, it's we did it one night. We did, there is a lot that was by E Squared when we had the restaurant in Highland Park. And we paired up with Jack Bryce and showed Big Night on the side of a building and did some pano that night. It was fun. So we're gonna do that with rapini and big salad, like an Olive Garden type salad.
So endless breadsticks.
Endless breadsticks and some tiramisu. So we're doing the whole thing, and then we also are offering a little Christmas Day brunch because in my family it's like you get up, you find some coffee and a Bloody Mary and just sit around, and then all of a sudden it's halfway through the day and everybody's half in the bag and starving. So we wanted something that was easy, throw in the oven. We're gonna do some stuffed bread, which is like kind of like a calzone. A torta rustica, which is like an egg pie, sfogliatelle, biscotti. We're doing the whole.
Get on this. You're probably not having the big family. You're not having the big normal get-togethers that you normally would have because of COVID, and you're using your head on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Try it. Start a new little mini tradition. Let Chef Kate cook for you for your smaller, pared down. Christmas Eve. Yeah.
I think it's hard when you're trying to keep this, you obviously we're still going to celebrate in a smaller way, but make it a little bit different, take some weight off yourself, and just go ahead and go with it and change it up. If you're not going to have the big family throwdown, just do something a little bit different. So that's what we're kind of trying to impose on people.
Eileen was talking about this. My wife, Eileen, was talking. Look, speaking of Mission Impossible 7, that was yesterday. And notice that her nose is still covered with the mask, folks. If Kate can scale a building and break into a window, you can go with her mask on. You can wear it too. All right. So get on it, folks. But yeah, Kate, seriously. What Eileen was saying was like basically, if you add up what it's going to cost for you to cook and try to make something festive, plus the time you're putting in, and you're taking that time away from the time that you're spending with your little nuclear family. I mean, it adds up to what let's try something different this year, something you always wanted to try.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I think that's one way, because people aren't traveling. I mean, they're not supposed to be traveling.
Yeah.
That
Trying to
kind of
encourage
thing.
people to just keep it simple, and we're all having to navigate really uncomfortable decisions this year. Like, how do you scale this down? I mean, no matter what your family dynamic or isn't it, like your chosen family, like it's a hard conversation. So at least we like take
Everybody's
that.
everybody's having it, man. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
having it.
everybody.
Like it's heart rendering. It's like wrenching, and to take something, just once you make the decision to go and you realize it's a day. You know what I mean? And look at, apparently we're looking at snacks.
Yeah, that's like, Christmas sloth. That's his dude.
That's his dude. Is that Christmas sloth like a new toy, or is that like a year round toy, or does that only come out at Christmas?
It's funny. Like he got Christmas sloth last year, and he has kind of like I stash all of his toys in like on a corner, and he'll pick out one once, and he brought him out. He knows it's this time of year for him. It's pretty funny.
Well,
Anyway.
these guys are doing some really good clip art and collage work.
Oh my god! I mean, there was a lot of bush talk.
Well, there was bush, and then there was the depth of the snow. So it's been an adult, like this is like this is like a 70s game show where they're saying whoopee. You know what I mean? Like, where's the strangest place you've had whoopee? In the butt, Bob. So like anyway, this is old 70s game show talk. So anyway, I think now would be a great time. Oh yeah, if you want to get in on the Black Radish stuff, the website's on the screen right there, blackradishkitchen.com. Get on that, get the order in. Dave, Pete, what's going on with the in-show poll?
Hey, what's up? I don't even know.
We got a suggestion on. At least one suggestion.
I think I saw two. There was landmine
and Jack Rocks.
What are Jack Rocks?
Yeah, what the hell is a Jack Rock?
I'm not sure. Maybe a jack for a car. What are Jack Rocks?
What are Jack Rock? Donna, are you still watching, Donna? What's a Jack Rock? We'll give you 10 seconds. I don't have time to Google this. But okay, so Dave
So what
just
about
bounced
you guys?
out.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever seen out as a chair?
People. I've seen people like leaving people in the spot for like a half hour, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like human beings, like nope, not get out of here. I've seen that happen in parking lots too. But like the snow stuff, I mean, it's just anything. Like a teepee out of shovels. You know what I mean? Like what? Not
TP
toilet
of
paper.
shovels?
Like putting a pyramid of shovels. I mean, what do you think? Like where you, like 4 shovels.
I can't.
No.
What else? Dave, you've played Jack's. Oh, Jack Rock. Okay. Like to flatten somebody's tires. Okay. That's what it is. Jack Rocks. Jack Rocks is like putting things out there to really screw them for taking your parking spot. But what if you miss one when you come home? What if you go out there and sweep up all the Jack Rocks, and the next thing you know, the strip's there. Anyway, parking vacuum is defeating other.
The vacuum is pretty clever.
Vacuum's clever because it's upright.
Are they still in use, vacuum?
Yeah. I don't know.
Why would somebody keep a broken vacuum? Trash cans. I've seen trash cans.
I've seen
like
trash
putting the trash cans.
Put it on the recycling bin a lot.
Milk crates.
Yeah, but I mean, the vacuum, is it a retired vacuum that ends up out there, or is it like your current vacuum?
You're risking it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not only risking theft you're risking damage or water damage. So I'm assuming that you don't love this vacuum. It's not a Dyson that you're using. It's one of those big bag. There's a table.
Yeah, that's why. This whole like hangout scene is amazing. The lamp.
The lamp is good. What did that sign say? Let's see that again one more time on the loop.
90 minutes to shovel.
Oh.
People got to go to the grocery store. They got to load up on the bread and toilet paper and the milk.
Don't even.
Yeah,
think
you know
about
what?
It's like
Snowmageddon really brought out the whole like I shoveled this out. Like I remember people being pissed.
This snow is not Snowmageddon level. This is a lot of snow though.
It is a lot of snow.
I remember having to shovel out because my trees were down and I hadn't figured out my shaking the tree bushes trick to be able to the bush. Okay, I was trying not to because I didn't know if Pete came up with another graphic or not. So to have that, so I had to do that, and yeah.
He's got another graphic. We haven't determined whether it's
don't be dirty, folks. It's the holidays. It's the
holidays are dirty. I want to see it.
They're good. They're waiting for me to say something for it to time out. So before I figured out my bush trick in the front in my front driveway, before I figured out that trick with the bush, I was parking on the outside, not in my driveway. My driveway is like, not that big. It's like for 2 cars. But so I had just shoveled a ton, literally ran to the co-op to grab something, and then I had to go to another store that was just past the co-op, so it wasn't walking distance. And then when I came back, like 10 minutes, somebody had parallel parked into my spot. I was ready to lose my mind. That was when there was 3 spots on my street.
Yeah.
It
reduces the amount of parking by 30% easy.
People were leaving their shovels out, right? Like just in case. So and people were just using random neighborhood shovels. There was like a neighborhood shovel thing happening there.
Yeah, that was a wild time.
Yeah, that was a wild time. So this isn't that. I don't know how much snow is going to be coming tonight, but that is what it is. So you heard it here. So where are you going to fall in the Michael Keaton Kurt Angle thing in the big overnight? Keaton's losing by like 500 right now, maybe 700.
I'm going Keaton. I mean, I'm Mr. Mom.
Mr. Mom, is that your Keaton movie? We talked about this. Beetlejuice is Pete's.
Beetlejuice, yeah. I mean, maybe I'm just like a little more familiar with
Mr. Mom, Gung Ho, Batman, Beetlejuice, Multiplicity was great. Birdman. If you want to stick in the 80s, I mean, he didn't make anything bad. Night Shift, it's amazing. I almost rattled off like Tom Hanks movies to see if anybody was like going to call me on it. I was like, he was so good in The Money Pit.
Oh my
Michael
God,
Keaton was so good in Money Pit. Anyway, but obviously he wasn't in that. But like Keaton's the man. So Birdman is a good one. But Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle's like a legend in his own right. You know what I mean? Gold medalist. His WWE career was huge. He just retired for the second time. You know what I mean? He's an icon. He's going to be a Hall of Fame wrestler for the professional wrestling. But he's also, he's probably the best wrestler to come out of the Pittsburgh area, like an actual Olympic style wrestler.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you guys.
I'm shocked. There's the poll. Go ahead. Talk to me, Kate.
What happens? So the winner of this thing goes to the cookie table, and then
that's it.
What's gonna fucking happen, you guys? At the end of this.
I don't want to think about it, Kate. We're probably going to stretch this out for another 2 months between the cookie table and the winner of this. No, I don't know. I think what we're going to do is we're going to parlay this into smaller things. I mean, if you can look at some of the, you almost want to play like a Sarah McLachlan song when we look at all the fallen. Log Jammer, Laser Loop, Arnold Palmer versus the Arnold Palmer. See, what's funny is when this started, we got so much more in-depth Pittsburgh style on the in-show polls. for like 5 or 6 months, and for those ones to try to win their way into the last 4 slots. So there's stuff on here that wouldn't even hang against some of the stuff that didn't even make it. But striking distance, the Log Jammer, striking distance to Sarah's Burger, Silence of the Lambs, Donnie Iris, Sheets, Arnold Palmer.
You could make polls out of all of this stuff. I mean,
I think we're gonna have to go back. We're gonna reinvent this thing and come at it in a different fashion. We might even rename it. Like this might be the Jagoff poll. We might call it something else.
Yeah.
And we might do like certain things, like bridges or stuff like that. I don't know. What do you think, Pete?
We talked about doing routes around the city. We talked about just picking up like one thing and exploding it. So who knows?
Yeah, I mean, like you did with the parking chair.
Yeah.
I think that's been fun. Like,
well,
I mean, what about Patrick and Batman? I see.
Yeah. Thank God, Kurt Angle vested that demon. That shouldn't have.
No, I think we could really get into that, couldn't we?
I think we can. I think there's lots of things I think we're going to do that. I think the world is our oyster. Especially by then, we'll be at around episode 130.
Now, how many of you?
Oh, there's dozens. I'd rather not say exactly.
Men who haven't seen daylight in 3 months.
Police officers who haven't.
I'm not frozen. Bastards. That's never gonna. At least we didn't play the whole thing out. So anyway, yeah. So I think there's lots of other things we can do, and we're also open to suggestions from people that are watching the show at home right now. So it's all good. It's a union-made tire flattener made out of nails, Jack Rocks. Boom. That's what Donna says. All right. So anyway, I'm looking at some.
I can't believe you've been doing it for this long.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's good. That's great. That's great. Fantastic. I love the work. I love the cutout work. That is good. That is good shit. Yeah, I can't believe how long you've been with us for a while, Kate. I mean, yeah, we're still trying it away. I mean, literally in a million years, didn't think this was going to go that long. Like I would not have said it was going to go till now. Like literally 16 weeks was going to be like, whoa, you're really playing it safe that we're going to be doing this stuff. Right. But it's 40 weeks. 40 weeks.
You could have had a baby.
Could have had a baby, and it could be, it'd still be a baby. I was like, the baby's going to be walking. No, it couldn't be walking right now, but you could have had a baby.
When this happened, I was in the middle of planning a festival, and everyone was like, in 2 or 3 weeks, this will be over. You'll still be able to do it. And then, yeah, here we are.
Yeah, dude, I was.
Now I'm like, it's 2021, maybe even possible? Probably not.
Well, yeah, because summertime, you know what I mean? I feel like things are going to tighten up. Like, I feel like people that are thinking May, June are cockeyed optimists. You know what I mean? Because even if everybody can magically get the vaccine and it works from, if they get it in May, they're not going to get the second shot till June. What am I looking at right there? What was that?
Good.
Those are some calzones. That's your stuffed bread that you're going to get on Christmas morning.
That's the stuffed bread I'm going to get on Christmas morning?
Yeah.
Is there an egg in there?
There's not an egg in there. That's a separate dish, but you're going to eat this with your egg pie. You're going to be full. It's going to be.
Okay. Because you're in the big night, there was the egg in there.
Oh, yeah. That's a totally different. This is Christmas morning. Tapano is Christmas night.
That's the Christmas morning. Okay. So this is my next day bread.
Yeah.
I thought that had a different shape to it. I was going to get a little disappointed, but now I'm excited.
You're like, hey, you're doing it wrong.
I was like, Kate, that's not the right dish.
Fucking wrong.
Kate, that's wrong. You just that is just cheese bread. You're just making cheese bread. This is false advertising. We cannot have you on this show false advertising. People are here for honesty. They want to know what you think. You're ruining everything. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. But anyway, so that's cool. Pete, where do you fall on this, man? What's your alternative to the parking chair?
I don't know. I like people who put out like tables. I always think that's kind of funny, like tables or stools or like in that GIF there was like the IKEA like the $30 cheap
Yeah.
kind of squared. I always think it's funny when people take that. Like, I think it's whatever people grab that's like closest. They're just like, what can I put in the spot? So that's always for me the most intriguing. But I'm always tempted to steal people's chairs because sometimes you see like a nice one, you're like, that's a nice summertime chair. I should,
Can't do that, dude.
Yeah. I
Can't
also
do
have
that.
thought that people don't get their chair stolen more often, but
Or run over. I mean, because fights would happen. I mean, it's a very territorial thing.
chances are if the chair's out, the people aren't around. So
But okay, so fine. So you move that chair. You know what you're doing, right? So you pull the chair. You drive over the chair. You do anything like that. It's like stomping on a terrible towel. You're gonna catch some hell. Somehow the universe is gonna drop on you because here's why: your car's then parked there. They can.
Oh, I wasn't suggesting stopping there. I was just thinking driving around stealing people's chairs.
Oh, I thought you wanted to pull into the spot.
No,
Okay,
no.
you're just doing horrible theft. Like
I mean, it's in the middle of the road. It's
that's
not horrible
karmic.
theft.
That's
It's not like I'm
karmic.
going up to
That's-
the porch.
That's
Like-
That's karmic.
Yeah.
It's karmic. Yeah, I don't know. I see what you're doing there. And maybe if it was trash day, you could have like some gray area, But I don't know. But people that move the parking chair and take the spot anyway, like an FU, it's your car is then fair game. You know what I mean? Like people could bury your car. I've seen it done. People literally bury the car back in the snow.
yeah.
Like shovel the snow back in and wedge your car into like where you can't even see the car, like just snow on top of it. That's justification.
So you
Yeah.
still live in Bloomfield. What did you do when you lived in Bloomfield?
Oh
Like-
yeah, well,
Like you'd shovel your car out and you'd come back and someone else was there. Like,
yeah, that happened. I was young, and I learned a valuable lesson to leave the car. I would walk, like I would walk. You know what I mean? Like Bloomfield, it was great. Where I lived in Bloomfield was literally why would I drive anywhere? Because there was literally 15 bars, 2 grocery stores, 1 awesome grocery store, and a bunch of restaurants literally within rolling distance from my house. Like I was right on the main drag essentially. I was right behind Paul's CDs. By Cicero's there. So, yeah. So it wasn't that big a deal, and I think I was more of like the friendly neighborhood neighbor guy. I would shovel out like all the old ladies that lived in my neighborhood's cars for them kind of thing. So it wasn't that big a problem. Yeah, but it was tough though because the thing was there weren't any gaps in cars because the cars were always constantly right on top of each other, almost bumper to bumper. So you didn't have that. Like if you shovel out, it wasn't like that buried in thing. And really, the snow all went on the sidewalk. Like there was no other place to put that thing. So with the big
where you
snow,
sacrificed one spot, like the road just kind of sacrificed.
we
one
tried
spot.
putting it in the street. You know what I mean? Like shoveling out whatever and putting the snow in the street, like hoping the plow would get it. But that fucking didn't work. And then like cars were getting stuck in the fucking shit, the pile, the speed bumps that you were putting out there. Anyway, I'm babbling.
Let's talk more about that bush, Patrick.
I'm done with the bush. Was that the gift? Was the selfie stick the bush photo? Hey man, that's the old place right there, right behind the checks cashed. If you go down that road there, 314 Taylor Street, there it is, right there on your right hand side.
Which one?
Boom.
The one that has the yellow?
The one off the street. See with the yard? Go back, Dave. I can't believe you're doing this. This is funny. Nah, you're past it, Dave. Okay, that's good, Dave. Okay, so anyway, it was the one that was pushed back off the street there before Dave pulled in. It was a tiny little house. Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. Okay, this is. Is anyone still watching the show here? Because the show's almost over, folks. If you want to go, we got to go. Well, Dave's pulling up my old haunt from Bloomfield. I will tell you that. Tomorrow's show is going to be fantastic. We've got Natalie Bensavenga's doing a killer 5 minutes with. Dave Bracey's going to be back talking about local booze and brews. And we have a holiday song, premiere of a holiday song from Fat Man D herself. So we're going to get in the holiday spirit tomorrow. So that's going on there. So there's the old Liberty Avenue. Dave, what are we doing? What are
I
we
heard the
doing?
Crazy Mocha might not be real.
I don't know who wrote this Google Maps, but it sure is.
You're gonna go to the right. There you go. There it is. You see that back there? That's it.
Oh,
Oh, that one. Okay.
That one, the little one, the
couple
white
chairs
with the white
sitting
one
right
with
there,
the, yeah,
right?
right there. Chairs sitting right in front. People were respecting the chairs. So that's it. So that was the little place, little wraparound porch right on Panama Way and Taylor Street. Oh crap! There's Tom Savini's house. So anyway,
My house is down there, not too far too.
you can't tell it's Tom Savini's house by the gargoyle gate. So yeah. So anyway, so that was the place. That was a water cooler place right there. I think it's a mechanic shop now. So anyway, so there's your little tour through the little part of Bloomfield. So you can see that where it's a tight little one-way street where shoveling would become a thing. There's Pollock's. Anyway, so yeah, so that was it. So
It's Froggy's now, buddy.
man, everything changes.
Remember the old man in Pollux who would always be on the phone?
Yeah. Dude, that was my bar. I would go in through the back door for my thing, and it was fantastic because it was the one bar that I could go to that no one knew me. Like you weren't going to run into anyone you knew, kind of a thing. So you could just kind of like hang out, and like there was like that old television in the corner that people, you know what I mean? You could I would like read scripts and like kind of that was like my study hall. And there's the entrance. There's a tent down the back now. Jesus, what the hell's going on? Hey, you know what? If this is so up to date, Google, where's the snow? Huh? Where's the snow? This is old. This is in Pittsburgh. It's snowing in Pittsburgh. We're going into Teseros.
Wow.
What the hell?
oh my God.
Oh my God, there she is too. Christ. Unbelievable. That's freaking creepy.
That is pretty wild.
Anyway, thank you for joining us, Alone Together Pittsburgh. We'll wrap up week 40 tomorrow. Want to thank you all for coming out. And did they open the door for Google to walk in?
That's Pete. Is that Sandy right there?
I don't know. I can't tell.
That's
Could be.
creepy.
This is weird. Did they was somebody walking? Was it a robot or was it somebody? You've seen these cars driving around when they're mapping. Is somebody walking around with like a weird science kind of helmet on with cameras all around it? It's weird. Hey,
Terminator.
Jay Howson.
Jen Howson, what's up, babe? I miss you.
Kate misses you. We all do. So anyway, we're wrapping things up. Kate, anything else that people should check out before for holidays stuff?
There's just, if you can, please buy local. That's what you should do is, if you're going to buy some gifts this year, if you can buy gifts this year, try and support local businesses. Also, Table Magazine is just re-upping their GoFundMe for out-of-work restaurant workers. So I think I just posted about it on my Facebook. It just launched again. If you have, I know you talk a lot about the donor fatigue, but if you have it to give, that's one way you can give.
It goes straight to it, and they give the money. It's cash money directly to restaurant workers. This is no joke thing. They did this before earlier in the pandemic. They're doing it again now, and when people really need it most. And so please, check that out. Go to Table's site and check their GoFundMe. And hopefully we have somebody from Table to come on and talk about it, maybe after the holiday. Because also one last thing: be sure to tip on your takeout. And tip well if you're going to do the takeout, whether it's takeout, whether it's catering, whether it's whatever, tip. Okay, nobody's making money that they were making before. No one's making a lot of money, and people are living on these tips. So because you're having this restaurant quality meal at your house doesn't mean you shouldn't tip your server. So get on that. Also, we're going to be having a holiday party on Wednesday the 23rd, Kate, right here.
This is my invite.
This is your invite-ish. I mean, we might have talked about it, but this is your invite, official, on air. It's going to be a little bit, we haven't come up with the title yet, but it's going to be the whole crew.
I thought we were going to call it Christmas Against Humanity.
But we're thinking Christmas Against Humanity is what we're going for. That's the working title. I think that's what it's gonna. That's what I was building up. I was building up to that. But
Sorry,
Pete wanted to.
No, you're like, we don't know what it's gonna be called.
We don't know what we were thinking. I was gonna go down this road and get the. It's good. So it's Christmas Against Humanity on Wednesday the 23rd. It will be all your favorites from Alone Together, all your regulars. It'll be Kate Romane, Natalie Besavenga, Dave Bracey, Pete, Dave, myself. Kate Romane, and we're hoping Aaron Hart,
Michael Keaton, Kurt Angle.
maybe Keaton and Kurt Angle. Maybe we should stretch this vote up till next week. Let's not call it tomorrow.
Table.
We're gonna have a cookie table. It's gonna be good. There's gonna be some fun and hijinks. There might be some fun musical surprises and other surprise guests.
Mistletoe. There might be a mistletoe hanging around.
There might be a mistletoe hanging around. And actually, you just brought something to my attention that I'm gonna have to look into, Dave. Unbelievable. There might be mistletoe. There might be mistletoe for everyone. And it will kill half the show with the mistletoe that I'm thinking of right now.
Drugs? You talking about drugs?
No, actually, all right, fuck it. I'll say it right here. I'll ruin the surprise to the people who are still watching when we're 15 minutes over the show. Deep Local is making the virtual mistletoe where you and someone else can have mistletoe anywhere in the world, and you hang it, and when somebody stands under it for more than 2 seconds, it sets off an alarm on the other mistletoe, and so somebody somewhere else knows that somebody's thinking of you, and they go get under the mistletoe. It's a virtual mistletoe where you get under the mistletoe together from different places. Yeah, so I just got the email. So maybe we should all get 5 or 6 of these and not tell people whose mistletoe they have. And then the alarm's gonna be going off the whole goddamn show. People are just gonna be doing the mistletoe thing. But it could be fun. Anyway, check out Deep Local. They're doing that virtual mistletoe to bring people together. You can go to their website and find that shit out. So Dave, what am I looking at right now before we say goodbye to everybody?
Just some holiday cheer. Just a little ambiance.
I'm waiting to see like a Sasquatch walk by or like a
just
Yeti.
looping festive. It's like
good.
a Christmas card without any word.
As long as
message.
As long as Snacks is in the corner, what are you gonna do? It looks festive to me.
Can we check in with Snacks real quick before we go?
Yeah, let's check it. Let's do a Snacks check, and we'll say goodbye to everybody.
Oh wait, am I doing it? Where is he?
Oh, that's Snacks.
Patrick, don't forget to utpay on your udhay.
Oh yeah, REA say.
Wake up, dude. Wake up.
Let Anyway, Kate, come back. So anyway,
thanks, guys.
So hey, sure. Thank you for being here. Thanks for everything that you're doing, Kate. Chef Kate Romane, Black Radish Kitchen. Check that out. Don't forget to look into Hello Neighbor, and also check our past shows if you're looking for your last minute Christmas gifts, because Cherry Valley Organics yesterday was killer. I'm wearing a hoodie from Square Cafe right now. And Square Cafe, if you live in a 5-mile radius of the restaurant, you can order like an omelet and get all kinds of clothes. They'll deliver it to you. So like with your food order, they'll bring coffee mugs, hoodies, glasses, and the hot cocoa bombs or the chocolate bombs. Like they'll put them. You can put them on your order. They'll deliver to you on the spot. That's going. Gavin Benjamin was here yesterday too. His art, he's doing limited edition art prints that are low priced, right? That are way lower than Gavin stuff usually is that you can get. So check into all of that and go back into our shows. So that's cool. There's still 6 shopping days to Christmas, 7 shopping days to Christmas. What are you telling me? What day is today?
I don't even know anymore.
It's Thursday, right?
I guess Kate's here. That's how I know it's Thursday.
That's basically where this is right now. This is some crazy COVID times. But anyway, my British mouse friend, Tiny Tim, the Ghost of Christmas Calzone above me. On behalf of all of us, to all of you, thank you. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Keep your social distance and keep yourself sane. We're going to get through this together, even though we have to be alone. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And we'll have some bells. Thank you all. We'll see you then.
Thanks, guys.
Snacks is Scrooge.
What sound is that? Christmas. Snow. Scrooge. Me again.